So today I'm gonna help you get all the port crystals that you ever needed in Dragons Dogma 2 without spending any money on microtransactions. Yeah, it's about that time. Let's get into it. First and foremost, the Elf Quest. The Elf Quest is one of the first videos that I posted up about Dragons Dogma, discussing exactly how you get your first port crystal. I have the regular way and a cheese way. So if you want to get through there really early without fighting the boss, then there's a cheese way that you can get through. I mean, I ain't gonna teach you how to play the game. I ain't your mother. But, you know, you could do it the way that you want and still get the exact same results. You'll get a port crystal at the end of the quest line. So that's gonna be port crystal numero uno. The next port crystal is the Griffin. You have two ways of doing this. You can be the most epic arisen in the game and find the Griffin outside of Vernsworth City. Slap it up for a full health bar and don't use any fire damage. Fire damage will stop the Griffin from flying away. So if you're trying to do damage and you're struggling, you can use fire damage to keep the Griffin there, but make sure you tell your pawns to stop at a certain point so that they don't use fire damage, and then the Griffin can eventually fly out. Once the Griffin is ready to go and you've taken out a full health bar, hop on its back and get ready to swag surf your way out of there. You're going to be flying around on the Griffin's back, and occasionally he is going to try to shake you off. Now, all you need to do when you're flying on his back, you can release him and you'll automatically get your stamina back, and just before he's about to shake you off, grab onto him again, wait until he calms down, release him, and you're good to go. He's going to make about 1 to 2 pit stops on his way to his nest. Whatever you do, don't get off of his back when he makes those pit stops. Stay right there, wait till he takes off again. You don't need to fight him or do anything else, just stay on his back. At that point, he's going to take you back to his home, and you have 1 or 2 options. You can either pick up all the port crystals and all the items that are sitting in his nest and make a run for it, or you can make the final stand and take this man's life. It's completely up to you. The third port crystal is going to be Brand. If you've been the model arisen that everybody wants you to be, and you've been following the main story quest, you're going to automatically run straight into this port crystal. For me, I've seen it now that I've actually started to do the actual main story, but before I really didn't care. So this was probably one of the last port crystals that I actually got in. Moving right along, the Dragon Forge. The Dragon Forge is in Back Batal. He is in his own little area on an island that is up northern from the Back Batal area. It's not too difficult to get to him, but once you get there, you're good to go. This man is going to sell you a port crystal for 20 Worm's Life crystals. There's already 5 crystals in the cave with the old man chilling, but you're going to have to go and hunt down the other 15. The easiest way for you to get Worm's Life crystals are going to be from drakes and dragons that are scattered amongst the world. There are different dragons that you're actually going to be coming in contact with and that you can fight. There's a dragon right over here to the right of the Misty area. There is another dragon that you actually fight just before you grab the Mystic Spearhand vocation when it attacks the Melv City. You can actually get a dragon encounter if you walk near Harv. There's another dragon over near the checkpoint rest area that was fighting an ogre. And there's just a couple of more dragons down in the Back Batal area that you can go search out and beat down. Of course, all of these opponents can be respawned in after 6 to 7 resting days in the game. You can just go to your local inn, rest for 6 to 7 days, and they'll all respawn to their different locations. Some of these are actually dynamic events, so they might not be there when you go there the first time, but if you do a couple of things, fight other monsters, and then come back to the area, they should be there. The last couple of port crystals is going to come from the Sphinx. Now, there's a little bit of finesse that needs to be done for you to get all the port crystals that you want from the Sphinx, so let's talk about it. The first port crystal is super easy. She's going to ask you about the Riddle of Madness, and she's going to tell you, bring her your beloved. So if you've been, romancing one of the NPCs out in the world, it's super easy. Go find that NPC, throw them over your shoulder, and bring them here. The easiest way to carry an NPC around is to first use a Portcrystal and fairy stone your way around. You can actually carry an NPC and use a fairy stone at the same time. It's the easiest way to get them from one place to another. If you're looking for an early Portcrystal, then check out this video right here so that you can go grab the Elven Portcrystal and then come back. But if you've already received the Portcrystals before coming here, you should be good to go. Go ahead, bring your beloved here. If you don't have a beloved, or you're not necessarily sure who you've been throwing your bits at the entire playthrough, you can actually just grab your main pawn and then throw her on the podium. As soon as you drop your main pawn on the podium, the Sphinx is going to look at you sideways, but this actually counts for being your beloved. At that point, the chest will unlock and the Sphinx will give you a Portcrystal. Now, the next part is a little bit interesting. The Sphinx is going to ask you for a small item of high value, and usually I would have given the Sphinx a beetle, but that's not necessarily the case. You can actually give the Sphinx any item that is small with extremely high value in the game. So if there's an item out there that sells for a whole bunch of gold that you want to duplicate so that you can make a bunch of money, then you can give that item to the Sphinx and she'll duplicate it. Or you can give her a beetle and she'll duplicate the beetle for you so you can raise your carry rate a little bit further. But it might not be a bad idea to grab the Portcrystal that she just gave you, give it back to her, she'll duplicate it, and now you just got 2 Portcrystals from the Sphinx. The thing about Portcrystals are there's 2 types. There's the static types that are sitting in major cities around the game, and there's actual Portcrystals that you can carry around and move anywhere you want them. You put them in strategic spots so that you can get to different locations a whole lot faster. If you do this video just right, you can get yourself 6 Portcrystals in the game without spending any money on microtransactions. If you like this video and you found it helpful, go ahead and smash that like button for me. And sub to the channel so that you don't miss out on any more tips, tricks, guides, and a whole lot more coming for Dragons Dogma 2. I am in love with this game and I'm going to find out every secret that I possibly can so I can pass on this information. So if you want to continue to see these videos, stay locked in and let's get it. I'll see you guys in the next one, but this is your boy M of M Since HD. For now though, I'm out of here.